I've had this channel for quite a while, and I've never actually used it to like platform anything in my personal life. I've never really given a story time or anything like that because really, I don't really have too much to tell. But there is a reoccurring situation, and it just happened to me again last night, and I would like someone's interpretation of what is going on here because it is a severe issue with me, and I need someone's help. And I want you to know this isn't anything serious. It's actually just kind of embarrassing for me because this is a situation that's come up quite a bit. And man, it's just, I can't figure it out. I just can't figure it out. Now, to stop being so vague, I'm talking about the fact that last night I went on a first date with the girl that I kind of like, okay? We've been talking online. Obviously, I know it's hard to meet regular people nowadays without the help of an app, but we did meet up. We've been talking for a week. She seemed pretty cool, and we had a really good date. We had a fun date, It was, a date is like, we just met up for coffee. That's all I meant. We just met up for coffee, talked for about an hour. I walked her back to her car, right? It was a fine date, But here's the problem that I'm facing, right? I have no clue how to end a date. Especially the first date. I don't know. Dude. Now look, I'm not completely socially incompetent, right? Like I've said it before that I do have a problem, with like a social grouping and everything like that. Cause I'm just not used to being in groups or, even especially like one-on-one dates and stuff. But I do always manage because, I learn as I go, right? Obviously everyone does. But for some reason, when it comes to dates, especially the first dates, I drop the ball every time. It is a constant. There are a couple constants in life, death, taxes, and me fumbling the ball at the end of the first date because I don't know what to do here. So I'm not going to spend too much time, going into the details about anything because, I did just go on a date with this girl, and I'm not trying to spread her information out there or anything, but to cut it short, the date went well, and it ended. So I'm walking her back to her car because, it's the right thing to do. I want to make sure she gets to her car safe. And, it's cold. Oh, my God. Oh, what the fuck was that? It was cold, and it was like 40-something degrees and windy. So, it was chilly. And so we get to our car, right? And, we're saying the platitudes, that you normally would. We're saying, oh, hey, I had a great night. Oh, we got to set this up again, that kind of thing. And, we got done with the platitudes, and we just sit there, and sit there, and sit there for like 30 seconds of open air with nothing happening. No one's saying anything. She's not moving. I'm not moving. She's sitting there kind of, fiddling with her keys in her hand, and boy, when I tell you, I don't know what to do in situations like that. I am being so dead honest with you. What do I do? I'm because I walked her to her car, right? And okay, here's the thing. So, okay, let me kind of backtrack a little bit. So, we got done with this 30-second silence, and so I was like, okay, well, hey, text me when you get home. I want to make sure you got home safe. Everything's, just the standard thing that you say at the end of the date. And she, she starts walking in her car, but then she turns around and we have another small conversation that, about like how my name is spelt and how it, what it is. It's, just another like just first date kind of question, And I was like, okay, she wants the date to continue a little bit longer. So I was like, yeah. So we have another like 2-minute conversation. And then we sit there, and then we sit there, and then we sit there. Not that long, but it was for like another 10 seconds. And she's again sitting there fiddling with her keys. And look, man, I don't know what to do. What do I do? Like, what do I do? And the fucked up thing, this is not my first time having this happen. I'll get into that a little bit later. Let me finish this date. Eventually, she breaks the silence, and then she says, hey, damn, it's really getting cold out, isn't it, man? I'm chilly. Oh. And then tell me why I look her dead in her eyes and say, well, get in your car. It's right there. Turn on the heater. Bro, look, I'm not even going to lie to you. If that's a hint, I don't know. I don't know. Well, I don't know. I don't know. That's why I need your help, because I don't know. I don't know how to play that. How do you play that? If a girl is sitting there fiddling with her keys, right? I've heard that, if she's fiddling with her keys, that she might want to kiss or something like that. But I've only known her for like an hour. Surely it's not like a kiss thing, right? I mean, we are essentially strangers still. Maybe I feel like that's got to at least wait till like the know each other for 4 hours type thing. But she's not going into her car, and she's complaining that she's cold. What do I do? Do I go in for a hug? That's what I was thinking on the drive home. On the drive home, I was like, what do I do? Because that was so fucking awkward. What do I do? Maybe I should have just like gave her a hug. Because I'm always hot, right? I'm always hot. I'm a fucking furnace because I'm just big and I got a lot of fucking mass. I'm constantly getting heat going in and out. And I'm sitting here thinking like, I don't kiss her. I feel like it's weird if I'm still like a stranger to hug her, because I don't give hugs. I've gotten like one hug in the past 5 years. It's not, I just don't receive them ever. So I'm still kind of uncomfortable with that. What do I do? So yeah, I put my foot in my mouth and I said, well, your car is right there. Turn on the heater. And then she like gives me like a look, I guess. Not really. I mean, it wasn't like bad or anything, but she just looks at me and is like, okay, well, all right, well, have a good night. And, it's like, all right, have a good night, text me when you get home, that kind of stuff. And she's like, all right, you had fun. And then she finally gets in her car, and I start walking away, and that was the last time we saw each other that night. And then, for just an extra little bit of cringe, I got back in my car, thought about everything that had just happened 2 minutes prior, and then I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck was that? And so I pulled out my phone. This is real. This actually happened. I pulled out my phone, called her, and I said, hey, just letting you know, I don't know how to end dates ever. So if that was weird or awkward, I'm sorry. And I just didn't want you to feel uncomfortable if I went in for a hug or a kiss. And she was real nice about it. Yeah, we were talking on the phone. This isn't like a voicemail or a text message thing. I called her and she said, "Oh, hey, don't worry about it. You were fine. I had a great time." And that was the end of the date. I want you guys to tell me if that's like ultra cringe, because in my head it's ultra cringe, but also I don't know how else I could have played that. And the worst part is, this isn't the first time this has ever happened. Ever since the dawn of my dating experiences, I have had a problem with first dates. Second dates, third dates, fourth dates, I can kind of get it. I start feeling the vibe, you know what I'm saying? I am a learning person. But it's situational. Like it almost like it resets after every person, And to share just a smidge more with you, to solidify that this is a problem for me. I went on a couple more. I went on a couple dates with a couple girls in college. A couple years ago. I've probably been on like maybe 12 first dates in the past maybe 4 years, and let me tell you, man, I tell you, at least 7 or 8 of them ended that exact same way. Where I walk a girl to her car, we have an awkward silence, she doesn't get in her car, and we end up leaving the date feeling completely awkward. This has happened so many times, and it's so weird because like I've had a couple girlfriends, I've had multiple like dates go to like way past the first date, but for some reason, you would think I would learn, but I just can't learn, man. I don't know what is going on in this little noodle up here, man. My brain cage is not working. For some reason, I'm just so fucking socially inept, especially with women. Guys, I don't really have a problem with. I can talk to a guy, no problem. But for some reason, whenever it comes to girls, I'm just like, my brain just turns into fucking pudding. It turns into the mush. And I'm 25, man. Like I'm not exactly a guy that's like has his whole life ahead of him. I guess most people would say that, but honestly, I don't see myself living past 45. But you know what I'm saying? Like I would like to start a relationship, but I can't get past square one. So the story time wasn't exactly like super goofy or anything like that. It's more of just like I don't want it to sound like a cry for help, because that's not what I want. I just want some advice, because I've looked this up on Google and stuff, and they've told me a plethora of things, but like I want like boots on the ground, You know, you guys are out there. You guys are slaying pussy at all times. What do you do to end a first date or any date really without making it awkward? Because let me tell you, I got the gold crown. If I was playing Fortnite, you'd see the gold crown with 50 awkward ending dates right there. And man, I'm tired of it. But I don't know what to change. And let me tell you, if this is a hint issue, it's not going to happen with me. I'm telling you, man, I cannot pick up social cues or, girls' hints. I have a better chance of just picking up Chinese and reading it fluently than trying to understand a girl's hint. It's just not going to happen. That's going to do it for me. So if you have any idea on how to help me out here, I would very much appreciate it, especially if you're a girl. If you're a girl, tell me how you would like a first date to end. Because I'm clueless. But that's going to be it for me. So